It's my lucky day. I got the email to say I'm off the wait list. Time to try out Notion AI. And if I'm off the wait list, it means you're off the wait list because I'm going to show you how you can use it with the caveat that it's a bit, I mean, maybe I just don't know how to use it to its full potential yet, but it's a bit AI-y. Some of the things that I'm going to go through are the sort of out of the box functions. So how to do a to-do list, which is more like the steps for achieving something. How to brainstorm ideas, how to draft a blog post, how to continue writing once you've started writing something, or if it's started writing something, how to simplify the language, summarize a block of text, and then a few bonus ones at the end. They're very specific use cases, but writing a job description, a poem, an essay, a pros and cons list, and an outline for something. I'll try and do it snappily. Don't always succeed at that, but we'll see how we go. So you open up a blank page and it'll already start to give you these options if you've turned on Notion AI in the settings. You have to enable it and you have to agree to their terms and conditions. We haven't done this at work yet because we're waiting to see if we're comfortable with the privacy sort of implications, but for my personal space, I'm going to go right ahead. So I've turned it on. I'll start with an empty page. So first of all, let's get meta, and if you use the slash, that's what brings up all of the commands, and these Notion AI commands will be up the top. So first up, I want to actually write a to-do list. So write a to-do list for writing a blog post about Notion AI. And it'll give me its first pass. I have the option to either keep, try again, or discard. It shows me what my prompt was. In this case, I'm just going to keep this option. The steps they've suggested here are to research the features. Well, I've done that. Identify the target audience. Hopefully that's you. Create an outline. Write the blog post. Review, upload, and promote. Well, my outline is on a secret screen that I'm not showing you right now. But I'm hoping that this video will help inform the blog post. So now I've got the steps for how I'm going to write the blog post. Let's try something else. This time I would like Ask AI to write. So now write a blog post. Actually, no, I don't. Brainstorm ideas for, I don't know what I'm writing about. Brainstorm ideas for some unique blog posts I could write about productivity and work-life balance, my favorite things. So now it'll go ahead and have its best crack. And then maybe this time we'll say try again and rewrite, see what it comes up with. Ooh, it does it in like a different format. Maybe I'll try again and see what it comes back with. Interesting. So the third time it's gone with a more detailed approach. All right, let's keep this one. Now we'll pick one, managing your mental health while working from home. Oops. So I'm going to take this blog post idea from the ideas list. And again, I'm just using this page as a kind of playground to test stuff out, which I've been doing for a few hours now. So the next thing I want it to do is ask AI to write me a blog post about, and then I'll just paste its suggestion. So now it's writing me the post. Thanks very much. Let's keep this. This is pretty good, but now I want it to add more. I think this is a good start, but please just continue adding more to this. Okay. Now I want to keep that, and I think it could be made even simpler. So if I see more, you get an option here to use simpler language. So now let's try and simplify and see what it comes up with. Now, if we were wanting to just have a look at these side by side, so what it came up with the first time and what it came up with the second time, I'm just going to bring this, click and drag it up so we can compare the original with the simplified version. So you can see it's much shorter, obviously. Let's make our page width full so you can actually read them all. And then let's do the same with practicing self-care. So we'll go simple on the right and then grab all of this stuff and put that underneath. So the OG, let's change this to the yellow, just so we can see the difference. And then we've got the new one on the right. So it's pretty long-winded, but then this one says the same kind of thing. They're saying take breaks, get sleep, exercise, socialize, do self-care, and seek help if you need it. And then practicing self-care, they've got some tips on how to do that. Set realistic goals, make time for yourself, connect with others, get enough sleep, make time for hobbies, take regular breaks. I see there is some overlap between number 1 and number 2. Anyway, I'm sick of all this reading. I want to summarize this post and keep it nice and snappy. I'm going to bring this back to medium width so I can see what I'm doing. And it summarizes all of that into working from home can be difficult, but it's possible to maintain a healthy state with self-care. This includes setting realistic goals, taking regular breaks, getting enough sleep, making time for hobbies, connecting with others, and seeking help if needed. Well, you could have just said that in the first place. All right, I think that's probably enough for that blog post. I can see where I land on that. Maybe this will become a blog post that I actually post. Still torn on the sort of humanness of writing it yourself versus starting with this and then building it out with your own voice and nuance. I guess it depends what you're writing about. But a couple more cool things that this tool can do in the list of actions. Actually, I think I'm going to delete. I might delete all of this and start again because I think that is when you get, see ya, you get these extra ideas for what it can do. So when you're starting with a blank page, I don't know why they don't come up in the prompt, but when you start with an absolute blank page, that's when you get these extra options. So let's get a job description. I want this for a senior project manager in a digital design agency. So job description will get you something pretty basic, but maybe could be a good starting point. Again, if you try again, you can either add changes or extra input to the prompt wording or not. Sure, happy with that. So that's a job description. Another cool thing it can do is write a poem. This one I want to write a modern poem about realizing life is about what happens outside the screen. Lol, because I'm here. Hi. Life beyond the screen. Look, it's okay. It's fine. I'm not a poet, but it's done a reasonable job. The essay option will give you a written piece on a subject. So I'm going to find out how to know what is the next right thing for you to learn. There's so many things you could learn. How do I choose? What's the next right one? It's writing. So it always seems to give a little pretext. And here it's saying research your interests, ask for advice, experiment, and then with a bit of research and advice and experimenting, you'll be able to do it. I feel like they can do better. Let's try again. Again, do your research, set goals, decide on your ultimate goal and then smaller goals, assess your strengths and weaknesses, take a test to determine what level you're at and what you need to work on. I like this one. This is better. All right, now I want you to summarize this, make it snappier. All right, we get a sentence. Last little test. Actually, I'm going to take this out so it starts from scratch again. And go back to the start. All right. You have to get rid of all of the spaces for it to give you the blank page, instigation options. Even like one empty space counts as content. So the last one we'll do is pros and cons of working from home. Pros: allows for a flexible schedule, save money on transportation, reduce distractions, allow more time for family and personal interests, and reduce the environmental impact of commuting. But on the cons list, it can lead to feelings of loneliness and disconnection, difficult to separate work life from home life. Home distractions can reduce work productivity, can be difficult to maintain a healthy work-life balance, and may require additional technology and equipment to be effective. It's pretty spot on. I lied about that being the last one. I had one more idea. What is outline the process for achieving peace in your life? Because like maybe the robots have all the answers. Maybe the answer is be a robot. Identify where your stresses and discontent are. Develop an understanding of the root cause. Explore strategies. Create a plan. Monitor progress. Engage in activities that bring joy. Build relationships. Cultivate gratitude. Practice mindfulness and relaxation. Regularly reflect on how far you've come and how far you still want to go. Anyway, I hope this demo was fun and interesting for understanding what it can do. There's quite a few pre-built options here. They seem quite specific. You get very robot-y language, and as with anything, remembering that the information can be biased. It will be learning from the content that it's been given. So, use this with about 1,000,000 grains of salt. Figure out how it could be useful to you. I'm still figuring out how it can be useful to me. I don't know if I'm going to use it to write blog posts, but I will use it to help with this one, and then see how we go. Anyway, interested to hear what others are doing with this fun new technology, as well as ChatGPT. It's kind of, Google counterpart. I guess what this one has going for it is that it's native within the workspace that I'm already using. So not having to like leave and type something and then copy it back in is a big plus. Anyway, comments, thoughts, feelings welcome. And as always, don't forget to subscribe if this is your jam. If you're a Notion nerd, maybe a Trello user with Notion curiosity, which is where I have been. Most of my videos are likely to be on Notion, but also productivity tips, little life hacks. I've done one about how to use Siri. Keen to do one soon about how to use keyboard shortcuts in different programs, especially Gmail or Slack or whichever ones you use the most. I guess you get the most benefit from shortcuts in the programs that you're spending the most time on. Many other ideas on the backlog, and hopefully I can learn some things and then try to explain them through here that is useful in some way to folks out there. So yeah, follow along if you like. Thanks, bye.